Hey guys, thanks again for joining and playing another season for Fantasy Football, or as I'm going to be renaming it next year, Larry's Retirement Fund. Because clearly something is incredibly wrong. Anyway, uh, playoffs are released, and ESPN got it right. They did it the way I wanted them to do it. So Austin is a number one seed. He is the championship favorite. Congrats to you. You get the bye. And at the same time, Larry snuck in and took the second bye from the outside division. I can't believe you guys let that happen. But those are going to be your two byes for the first week of playoffs. Surprising note, Stray sitting pretty nice at number 3 seed. Had a great team this year. Really impressed me with his ability to pick lineups while completely intoxicated and still somehow get the win. So good for that. But he's also playing Jason, who fucking beat me in the last week of the playoffs by scoring an additional 30 points. Or last week of the regular season. Anyway, thanks, Jason. Appreciate that. So the Jasons will play to see who moves on. Either way, whoever wins will end up getting knocked out by Larry in the end, so it doesn't really matter. Moving on to the other playoff game, we've got Brian, first round choke artist, versus Matt, who has a surprisingly strong team. I think that Matt's ability to ride the highs and lows of the season has really perpetuated him for this game and really allowed him to make clear advantage over Brian's 70-point score last week. So that's my prediction for those, but good luck to all of you going into the playoffs. The only other game that matters is the last place game of each conference, and that's going to be Nick versus Dave. No, not Dave. Should have been last. Sean. Nick versus Sean is going to take place this weekend as well. I've updated the matchups, and remember, the loser of that game gets their name picked by the winner of this season, as well as second place gets to determine a permanent bench player for the entire next season. If you don't remember what happened this year, I've had Mike Vick sitting on my bench the entire year. He's put up a grand total of 0 points. And, I actually went out of my way and donated to PETA. I just, after looking at his name for so long, you just really start to feel bad inside. So I went ahead and did that. Otherwise, just a friendly reminder: look at your roster. Who's on your roster now? Pick a player you'd like to keep for next year. I will send out a copy of the draft results. Otherwise, you can get them on ESPN. Also, if you're using a tablet or phone and you click the player on your roster and you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll tell you what number it was picked. But next year, you'll get to draft that player in the roundup. So hopefully, you get a little bit of value out of that. If you have any questions about it, feel free to text me or send me an email and be happy to clarify. Otherwise, you guys, thanks again for paying immediately. This is the quickest I've ever been paid, so I appreciate that, and I look forward to keeping everyone till next year. As far as Eric and Rich and myself and Dave, we get to chill and watch the shit show of the playoffs continue and contemplate our terrible decisions as we approach next year. So good luck.